Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to do a paper 1 question 2 breakdown because we're going to start getting into that as we continue practicing and learning paper 1. Alright, so we're on the website. Again, you should all know what this looks like by now. We're going to go up to important links. We're going to go to paper 1 guide right here. Okay, you don't even have to click on it out if you don't want. We're going to scroll down. We did 1A. Already, we did 1B already. Those videos are up live on the site under Unit 5, right? Here, we've got question 2. I'm actually going to pop it out to make it easier. So question 2, all right? Question 2 is asking you to evaluate sources, all right? It's going to be one source. It's going to be one of the written sources, and you're going to have to evaluate essentially the reliability, the validity of that source. This is the creme de la creme for IB students, right? This is the crown jewel of paper 1. This is the skill that IB students, that historians have got to have in order to continue down the path of being a historian, right? So, it's called the OPCVL. Let's break down what that means. O stands for origin, the who, the when, and the where of the source, all right? P stands for purpose, the why of the source. Why was that source created? The C is the content. What is that source saying? V is the values, the thing that source is good in the eyes of the historian. The limitations are the holes, the flaws in that source through the eyes of a historian. I'm going to move my camera here. All right. Question 2 is worth 4 marks. Okay, this is a 4-mark question. The time allocated is about 10 to 15 minutes. We can worry about the times later. Don't worry about those yet. All right? You are going to be asked to assess the values and limitations based on the origin, purpose, and content of the source. So what does that mean? You're going to have a 2-paragraph answer. One of the paragraph is values. One of the paragraph is limitations. Okay? I'll say that again. 2-paragraph answer. One of the paragraphs is values. One of the paragraphs is limitations. Right? You must refer to the origin, the purpose, and the content at least 1 time. All right, so you're essentially bringing 4 elements into the question. 2 values, 2 limitations. All right, so that's 4 things. 3 of the 4 has to be origin, purpose, and content. So you have 1 freebie there. But you have to mention the origin once, you have to mention the purpose once, and you have to mention the content once. All right? In your writing, you're going to use phrases like the value of the origin is, the limitation of the content is, the value of the purpose is, the limitation of the purpose is. That is how you will start each one of the sentences in your writing. Have to. 100% have to do it just like I outlined it right there. Okay? I'm going to flip to this, which is going to be the first assignment that we do for origin, purpose, and content. This is the chart. This is the graphic organizer, right? So essentially you take your source and you start thinking about it like a grid. Value of the origin. Okay. This source is from Germany in 1930. It's a primary source. It's Hitler's own diary. This is valuable because it's incredibly valuable insight into the mind and the thinking of Hitler. Right? That's a value. That's valuable for a historian. Limitations. Same thing. The limitations of the origin. This is a source out of 1930s Germany. It is a diary entry of Adolf Hitler. It's a primary source. This is limited because it's incredibly biased. All right, we are just getting Hitler's perspective on things going on inside of Germany, and it might not be a holistic view of how all Germans perceive the event. Value, limitation through the eyes of the historian. All right, and you're going to do that for purpose and then for content. Okay? This is the hardest part of paper 2. This is the hardest part of paper 1. Question 2, OPCVL, is the hardest part of paper 1. This takes a lot of practice. When I mentioned at the beginning of paper 1, you were going to practice. This is what I mean. You don't have to practice question 1A very much before you get it right. You do have to practice this. This is a skill that we will refine and work on over time. It's also a skill that when we do your internal assessment, you will have to do this same thing in part A of your internal assessment. So it's a skill that's going to come up for the next 2 years in this class. All right. For the first time, if you get a couple wrong, it's okay. I just want to see you guys starting to practice. All right. So that is the breakdown of question 2. Let me know if you have any questions, as always.